It's a game called Sushi Go. You are basically competing over making different sushi dishes, and you're getting points as you do so. Classic scenario of whoever has the most points wins. Sushi is going to get a hand of cards. Cards have these different sushi type dishes on them. What you're going to do is you're going to choose a card from your hand. You're going to play it face down onto the table in front of you. Everyone's going to do that simultaneously. And then once everyone's going to flip their cards face up. These cards are now basically a part of each player's sushi dish that they're making. You're going to pass your hand to the player on your left. Everyone's going to pass to the player on the left. Again, you're going to choose a card, play it face down, and then everyone's going to turn them face up, and you keep on passing. You keep on doing this until eventually you've used up all the cards in your hand, and then you're going to score points based on the dishes that you have out there. So let's use these guys as an example. Different sushi are going to be worth different points at the end of the round. So some of the sushi you got your maki. Maki, you're going to get points. It says at the bottom, most, 6/3. What that means is whoever has the most maki at the end of the round is going to get 6 points. Whoever has the second most maki is going to get 3 points. Everyone else is going to get 0 points for maki. So when you count up their maki, this counts as having 6 total maki. 3 plus 2 plus 1. If I have the most maki and everyone else has 0 maki, or somebody else has 0 maki, it's a 2-player game, nobody's going to get this 3-point bonus. So you have to have at least 1 maki to get the bonus. If players tie for the most maki, they're going to split the points evenly. So if 2 players are tied for the most maki, they each get half of the 6, they each get 3 points, and nobody gets the second place. If 1 player has the most maki and 2 people are tied for second most, then you split the 3. So 3 divided by 2 will give you 1.5, so you lose the remainder. So they each get 1 point for coming in tied for second. The tempura, you're only going to get points if you have a set of 2 of them. So if you have 2 tempura, it's going to be worth 5 points. If at the end of the round, though, you only got 1 tempura on the board, it's not going to be worth any points. Sashimi is going to work pretty similarly. If you have a set of 3 sashimi, that's going to get you 10 points, but again, an incomplete set isn't going to be worth any points. Dumplings are going to get you more points based on how many of them you have. So if I have 1 dumpling out here, I get 1 point. If I have 2 dumplings out here, I'm going to get 3 points. If I have 3 dumpling out here, I'm going to get 6 points. So each one you have means you're getting more and more points. I will point out really quickly, if you have a 6 here, that does not mean you get 6 per dumpling. It just means you get 6 points because you have 3 dumplings total. Another thing you could potentially have is nigiri. Every nigiri is just worth however many points it says on the card. So a salmon nigiri is worth 2 points. A squid nigiri is worth 3 points. However, you can spice up your nigiri by playing a wasabi card. So if on your turn you play a wasabi card, the next time you play a nigiri, you're going to play that nigiri onto that wasabi card. And so at the end of the round, this isn't just going to be worth 3 points, it's going to be worth 3 times 3, it's going to be worth 9 points. Key thing about the wasabi is if I play the wasabi card and I later play a nigiri card, I don't get to say, you know what, this is only an egg nigiri, it's only worth 1 point, I'm not going to use it on the wasabi. It's whatever the next nigiri card is, that goes onto the wasabi. The other thing you could conceivably play is a pudding. The pudding isn't going to be worth any points right now, but you're going to put it to the side. It's going to be worth points at the end of the game. There's one final card which you could have played at some point during the game, which is chopsticks. So the way chopsticks work is those are now on the board. And later in the game, if I play a card from my hands, when everyone's got their cards face down, before we reveal our cards, I would shout, "Sushi Go." I would take the chopsticks, put them back in my hands, and I would get to play another card face down. We then reveal our cards. I'd reveal 2 cards at the same time instead of 1. So the chopsticks being out there allows you to, at some point, put it back in your hand and now play 2 cards from the same hand instead of the 1 that you normally play. If at the end of the round the chopsticks are still on your board, they're not worth anything. They're just kind of wasted. When you use the chopsticks, they're going to go back in your hand. They're going to get past the person on the left. Now maybe they'll use the chopsticks and possibly use them for Sushi Go later on as well. At the end of the round, you're going to count up your points. You're going to keep track on some sort of a score sheet, how many points each player has. You're going to take all the cards. You're going to get rid of them. You're going to shuffle up the deck. The only cards you're going to leave out are the pudding. Again, you're saving those for the end. Pudding are the dessert. We're going to eat them at the end. You're going to deal out a fresh set of hands, and you're going to repeat. So you're going to do 3 rounds total. You're going to count up how many points you have each round. And then at the end, it's going to be the player with the most points total wins. Except the pudding is going to have a final say on what our score is. You're going to count up how many pudding cards you have. It's going to work kind of similarly to the maki. Whoever has the most pudding cards gets 6 points. Again, ties are going to get split evenly. Whoever has the least pudding cards is going to lose 6 points. Again, you're going to split those evenly. So if 2 people both have 0 pudding cards, they would tie for the least. They would each lose 3 points. This is, so it'll be the final thing that impacts your score. And then at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins.